Pisces, what is going on? What's going on? So I am Raven from southeast coast of Norway, and yeah, I have to apologize for not putting the water signs on my latest read. So been a little bit occupied lately with finishing my own tarot deck. You can check it out on Maleravnen Lore Tarot, and we've also finished a book. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, a little bit less content. Hopefully I will be able for more free spreads eventually. However, I realized we've done this for nearly a year. That's how fast time's been approaching. I can't believe it's been a year since I stranded in Bangkok out of the blue. It's incredible. It's almost a year since I was flat out. So yeah, whatever duty we had here in this tiny room is finished. So I got the key today to release ourselves out of this tiny room. So a few more weeks, and then hopefully, what can I say? Europe is not a very kind place now these days. It's messing with your head, messing with your body, messing with your mind. So what can I say? If you are from India, how do you do? Okay, so hey, long time no see. Maybe I will see some of you soon. Never know. This will be an energy check in regards to your house positions. Either you read sidereal or tropical, no issue. All right, so it's detached from the girls up there, doesn't matter. So this is for Pisces, current energies. There we have it. All right, what is it that Pisces need to know right now? Is it that Pisces need to know right now? Like we won again. We won. So I strictly recommend you to be careful in regards to type of media you expose yourself to. It's all good. Everything is all good. Relax. 3 little birds, remember. So let's find out. I hope this is, I'm trying to shuffle this like a really good temperance kind of. Yeah. So hopefully next year, if you are a collector, you will have access to my own deck, and I will also be able finally to go in and use my own hand in regards to this. So Pisces. I'm trying not to attach myself too much to the cards, so to get in whatever vibe it is that we need. I have a good amount of Pisces in my chart, so it's pretty good. Okay. I was raised by mermaids. All right, no, this is not the one. This is not the one. Here we go, the one. Off center. Okay. Let them, yeah. Emperadora. Oh, but you know, we got the palisand. We've got the palisand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need one more. So, off center. All right. So, what is it that Pisces needs to know right now? I'm not using the chakra system as of now. All right. Done. Talking about temperance, alchemy. So this house is about property, about your belongings, about your possessions. It also is attached to your physical senses, which is treasures. It's also attached to the sensation of feeling safe. And here you are working. There is something here, some kind of alchemical process that for those of you who still live in the illusion of lack, we all do now and then. We all panic if we, you know, if we are met with the tower moment. You know, we all now and then, no matter how spiritual, psychic we might appear, we all get a little bit of a woo-ha now and then and respond with our software, also known as the ego, your human programming. And then that is to survive. And Pisces, the energies are now in your favor in regards to balancing out things. Wherever there is a so-called problem, which is not really in my vocabulary, there are at least 10 solutions. Wherever there is a huge wall, well, just think of it like this. I passed a wall this day, a house built of bricks, concrete, all that shit. And out of that wall, a tiny tree grew out. Of course, I had to take a picture because I thought that is a card that's also called strength. You know, of course, it's chemistry. Your first house, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a little bit, you're coming out as a little bit allure. Like I'm not exactly ready to receive any kind of love. I'm not ready to receive or give necessarily any kind of love. Like there is this wall here, okay? This is how you're coming out. You might have been at some kind of unease for a long time now, and there is people around you who are manipulative, people who I also have people around me who are manipulative. Okay? But don't let them know that you know. Okay? Because, well, first of all, I was raised by PISCES, and when you go in when you go in denial of your own self-deception because you're ruled by Neptune, you live in your own stories. And so Sandman, he's Piscean, but he was created by a Scorpio, Neil Gaiman. And Scorpios and Pisces, and I want to include Cancerians, we are masters of illusion. We are masters of creating a veil. We are creating stories. We are very visual. It can be, but Pisces are also known to be quite emotionally unavailable. However, you're filled up by it. You're mutable, however. And so in my entire life, I had a crush on a Piscean once. And I tried to chase him. You know, he looked like Sandman kind of type. I was just but a child. And I also been chased by mermen. You know, mermen. I don't know if you're checking up. I'm currently being bombarded by some Chinese fantasy series, and they're pretty cheesy. And there is this merman who they capture, this tribe of they're not spiritual, no. There's a very difference between doing magic and being a spiritual person, someone who have direct connection with source, who can download directly information from the Akashic archive. We all know, especially those of you, we know many of you are Indians out there, you know about the Akashic archive, and you know about the oversoul. So we do have access to this if you say you're now ready to receive. And this New Age BS about, oh, you need to eat this kind of food and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there are ways of raising. I would love to break a myth here. Raising your frequency is not necessarily always the goal, you know. There are many things that's got a high frequency which can be directly damaging to you. You need to be aligned with the frequency which is your own. So if you come down here with a specific blueprint, you need to be aligned with that blueprint. Okay? And if you lie to yourself, you create another deception within the deception, which is this world. We are now walking out of the age of Pisces, and things that used to be in the dark, well, they're all coming out in the sun now. And we all know what happened to trolls when they come out in the sun. They crack. So what we see now is there is a group of predators that, let's just say, take me to your leader, their leaders no longer have this. Let's just say the big eye is no longer available for those who want to. Yeah, it's difficult to do reads nowadays because of the YouTube, because yeah, there are still stuff, things, people, entities watching. So we have to weigh our words on a, I always say, golden ratio. Many of us, you know, there is this so-called shadow banning and these things. So many of us, we will move over to Rumble slowly and other channels that are being created in order to speak freely. When that said, I was raised by Pisces, and the diversity between who you are and what you are able to create. Tolkien and Elvis Presley were Piscean moons. I also see a lot of Piscean moons who constantly suffer. Oh my God. Oh, and Piscean suns, you constantly suffer. Now, when that's said, my guard is Piscean. And I give myself credit, no offense, Pisces, but there is a Piscean who is taking care of my finances, who is my accountant. In my excuse, Taurus moon. Now something here is leaving you nothing but a choice. Because usually this is, I have to make a choice, and it's blindfolded. You have to base your choice on basically vibrations, the guts, and the heart. Is he or she lying, or are they trying to deceive me, or are they playing some kind of game? Reading reversals ain't easy, trust me. So, someone said once, I am the path, I am the light. What do you think he meant by that? This very famous guy, he's hanging on a cross. You're on a journey right now. But did you forget? Did you forget where you're supposed to go? Did you forget who you are? This light, it used to fly through the woods, and it's flying through the darkness. And there are a lot of shadows who dare not approach it, but one day, one shadow came and approached it. It was a wild beast, but it was hungry, it was cold. And this light was flying through the forest of shadows and through this road where everything is kind of dim, the road to nowhere. Many people, many entities and beings appreciated this light. And sometimes predators like this dire beast would come and seek comfort at that light. And one time this light would share its comfort with this beast. And be very generous. And the beast that was full of fleas consists of darkness and was used to being in pain and only saw darkness and pain and couldn't understand how this being was so easily generating light. So it would come back again and ask for more, because next day it would be hungry again, still cold. So the light says, I will show you how to provide yourself with nourishment and to keep yourself warm by generating your own light. It is simple. It is like walking. Well, that's a beautiful gift. So this dire beast would come, take some few lessons, and it would come closer and closer to the light. And as the generous light didn't really understand or see what humans call evil, it didn't understand why this wolf, this predator, came that close. And the light started to get dim. So it said, you know, it's now time for you to practice what I told you on your own. Because I've given you the tools. And you have your own light. You cannot feed from mine. We are both from the same place. You can do just like I can do. Even better if you must. And then the light left and said, I'll come back and check on you one day. And this beast got furious. And it will run through the woods and tell the other beings that this light is arrogant. This light is false. Whatever the light gives to you, it doesn't work. I have tried this many times. I don't see anything. I don't feel anything. I'm still dark. And now that I've been with the light, I feel even more dark. This light is our enemy. In the end of the day, in the end of that cycle, some of these being taught how to generate their own light and understand that light was never there. be your savior. It was your teacher. But you see, the dire beast was also a teacher for the light. Because the more dire beasts that would approach the light, the more powerful the light would become. And it started to understand. So we are under what you call the ego is actually our own artificial programming. It's not who you truly are. It's not who you truly are. The Empress coming out of center. Postmodern style, interesting way of depicting the Empress. A lot of the cards here I will not be able to show you because there's boobs everywhere. So, well, someone here might have a little bit issues in regards to it's about a balance, actually. It's about a balance, and you're working on that balance, basically, in between. Go out, have fun, not being afraid of being seen, expressing yourself, and go into that mode where you have managed to implement all four earth, fire, air, water. And so what does that make her? Ether? I don't know. But she's a sum of those elements. She masters all the queens and the suits, swords, cups, coins, wands. And she knows to balance. She goes to sleep and then she wakes up and there is money on the table. You know. Sometimes we visit those energies, and sometimes we fall out of those energies. Sometimes. So the dangers here about being the light is that some people might put you on a pedestal and they will call you a spiritual narcissist. There will always be people out there who you will never be able to please. And if they don't want to be in your presence because you are a spiritual narcissist, or you are the enemy, you are the false light, and all these stories, then okay, leave them alone. There are certain things in this life I never learned it. you know, playing the piano, playing the guitar, being a musician in general, speaking all these languages, being in gymnastic, being a superhero. But if you could be all those things, then what's the point of understanding the power of limitations? Someone here could be a little bit over-isolated. It's time now. You know, for me, I am over-isolated. I do not have basically any connection with anyone. And I realized after having a talk with one of the tenants here that we all have, you know, we all have a fragile spot, which is not exactly the point, but when it's not really healed, it will seek someone to tell you that it's okay. Get it out, you know. When you're in a reality, you know, just want to be seen and heard, loved, verified, or somehow getting this it doesn't matter what this word is, but getting everyone's confirmation that you're all right, you know. Truth to be told, I never wanted to expose my face public on a channel like this. But when someone told me to fuck off, stop making videos, oh, good reverse psychology regards to me. Yeah. All right, let's move on to your 7th house, Pisces. This got a little bit deep, and maybe I'm subconsciously procrastinating. Mission, which is Piscean. It's from you guys, this mission. It's a visual mission, a visual presentation. Isn't that exactly what we are doing now, though? 7th house, show me 7th house. Okay, let's jump through the rest of the houses. Okay. And that one was speaking for itself. That is pretty unclear. How do I phrase this? Don't. Be careful. Be careful how you approach this. Just be careful. Okay. What do you know? 4 and 4. In need of security, are we? Well, if you put those together, you will have a lot of power, actually. That's a house, death, life. And the most powerful in regards to obtaining wealth. That is the 8th house. However, it's reversed. It seems to be possibly an intention here of approaching this with both honesty, not playing any games. However, we also do see some kind of how to approach this specific situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Size, all right. Some of you could be dealing with ouch. Ouch. All right. Some of you could be dealing with a third party out of the blue. All right. So, whatever connection you are in, you're not really going to put any investment into this, are you? Prudencia. It's a beautiful, beautiful picture, isn't it? So exactly where are you going? Where are you going? This is a labyrinth. You can go many places without having a car or a bike. Yeah. There is some kind of oppression here. I'm giving up before it's even, you know, there. I can't take anymore. That's not for all of you, but for you. I'm gonna leave this. I'm going to drop whatever it is that I had in my hands and leave it. Whatever career you're aiming towards, don't chase the money. That's the formula number 1. Make sure that you can survive on being as modest as possible in regards to your needs. Okay. In love, this is a twin flame. See here. Yeah, someone here are experiencing here a suppression of emotions. I will not have this. I will not work on this anymore. And you're dimming your own light here. And so instead of walking those past step towards the gold, this is the result. That is the Capricorn falling down the mountain. It does hurt when you feel that society and people are not treating you right. It does hurt. I can tell you as much that I can write a book, not just a book, but a chronicle or maybe a saga about how it's like when absolutely everyone won't have you because you apparently said this, or you apparently did that, or you're too much of this, and you know, this light turns out it didn't deserve this pedestal, and you know, by putting someone else on a pedestal, you are actually dimming your own light. And that should be obvious by now, because we have a lot of people on the pedestal and they're going down now. This is coming from a very dark place. Some of you are maybe in a very dark place right now. And it might be quite dark some more time ahead. Mage in reverse. Sometimes we manifest things from a dark place because you do not think that you have, you don't have this power to generate that light. Okay? If that's what you believe, that's what you'll get. Maybe you thought someone did hurt you purposely, and maybe they did because they had only their own self-interest in mind. Well, business, money. It says here though, you will have plenitude. You will have plenitude, but you're dealing with someone who soon will drop their mask. Maybe you see right through them, or if you carry the mask, but patience, you're not so logic. But if you're a true merman, yes, so regards to that, Chinese fantasy movies. a sucker for fantasy. Some of you have a lover here. There is or could be some deception in regards to a third party. Not for all of you, but some of you. Okay. Some of you will have a new beginning in passion, but some of you simply here will not have the balls to go through with something here, also depicted here, because one opportunity is being presented to you here, but you choose pride. We cannot build as a society on pride. And I'm not talking about peacock feathers. If you're too proud to be fragile because there is a lack of trust, then I invite you to walk in my footsteps as a lone wolf. And with that said, that's not for everyone. Some of you might want to have mommy and daddy around. Siblings. If I now just had a kitten, tiny little kitten jumping around, pooping on my bed, I'd be thrilled. Someone here will be exposed. Either you are in a court case, either you are dealing with someone who are cheating on you. There could be a very large transformation also here in regards to someone who wants to come towards you to offer you something long term. That's a very powerful person, by the way. Now, you could actually have two people. One wants to create or can give you. Someone here will be able to give you that stable fundament. And this person is very powerful. Be able to provide you with this. Scorpio Piscean energy. And, but you know, Earth. This is someone who has mastered the ability to, let's say, sorcery in regards to earthly comforts, the earthly comfort zone. The other one, well, we have death. They will offer you a large transformation. Someone else said, sorry, I can't show you this because it's full of naked people. Oops. You actually have 3 people, so I guess some of you really are in a third party kind of situation. I don't know, but the water person and the earth person, it could be one, but you know, there could be 3 people who might give you an offer. The person who can offer you earthly conformities is coming up upright. And so does the one who is aquatic. I don't know if YouTube's going to give me a smack for that one, but that was a lot of naked people. Fine art made by hand. Oh, it's not going to get easier, is it? And then there is someone else, again, Piscean, strong Piscean energies, mixed with, I get some kind of Gemini, maybe. They're hiding something. You might try to confront them, or someone here are trying to avoid each other. Not talking. Not talking. And so whatever is frozen shows here with a rune known as Isa. It's not really showing the rune. Don't need to. Isa, simply meaning frozen. It's time to wake up, Pisces. It's time to wake up. Because if you don't, the situation as it is now, it's not going to go anywhere. You might lose an opportunity, a business situation here with the Capricorn. Letting go. And someone here are basically, what can I say? It could be, it's a strong feminine energy I'm picking up. A lot of gossip. And it's all about money, 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 money. Superiority, jealousy. And okay, you have a little bit ahead of you. There was a lot to shake in, sorry. We are almost towards the end, and looks like I have to drop the Scorpio read. Me doing short reads, good luck me. So I think maybe we should have a look at some advices for you. I'm worried about your 10th house. And in regards to having a victory here, because this is in your house that is connected directly to childhood, home, people, siblings, parents. There is no triumph here. Okay. That house is very important because that house shaped us. Usually from 0 to 7 years old, those years are very important. That is when all the chakras are being closed one by one by one by one. The first chakra closing now is the crown. And then they take our magic away. Then they say you cannot say that. And then they say stop crying, so the heart or the Anahata chakra shuts down. Then they say in my country, who do you think you are? So the solar plexus shuts down. And they say pay attention in math class, don't sit there and imagine and do little pictures in class. You're supposed to pay attention to math. And here you are creating artwork and magic. So you learn to shut down your creativity. And then finally, when the root chakra is closed down, because not really many of us are being shown how to align with Earth, are we? We are programmed into being someone who are employed, waking up at specific time, going to work, place you hate to be, go home to your husband, wife, cook food, feed a bunch of screaming children, go out so the dogs can poop. And then maybe you're lucky you have some football, cricket, beer, TV, and then the same thing continues next day. Right. And so by this time when you're 7, people will now have to learn how to open the wheels again, the chakras. So slowly we learn how to survive. But now we have to survive by being mathematicians, by being engineers. What do you want to be? You want to be a nurse. I want to be happy. I want to be a superhero. Yeah, well, there's no such thing as magic. Shut up. This is Jupiter and Leo. Someone might have told you to shut up quite early. I don't know. There's no such thing as magic. Well, there is. I hate to break it to you guys, but there is something very magical out there. But that's being taken from us. Our ability to imagine and create with what we also known as the pineal gland, the forbidden fruit. So now we have to be creative. So we reach puberty. And if you're not careful with the teenagers, like my mother, she got knocked up when she was 16. So this is usually the solar plexus area where we usually go. We want to be validated. That was the word I was looking for. We're looking for validation from other people. Am I good enough? And then you're being ignored because you don't have the most beautiful clothes. No one's really saying anything. No one's really talking to you. But this is when women will learn a pretty powerful lesson. And it will follow them for the rest of their life till you reach my age. You know what that is? A lot of people, they stop their progressing at here. And that's usually where we find the predator class. Some manage to live and to let the heart run free. And then we are being told not to cry or show or display emotions because that's weird. And then we are being told not to speak, so we learn how to adjust to speak. Basically, we are learning how to go from being perfectly aligned as babies into being perfectly unaligned as adults. So now we say what people want to hear versus what you truly want to say. Maybe a story about light. And well, there is no such thing as magic, so most of us, we are being disconnected from the invisible world. And when someone manages to attach themselves to the pineal gland and then manage to generate personal memories from childhood, being very, very small, my pineal gland was fully active for many years. And now it's activating again. Why? Because I have dedicated myself into creating visual things, and that's a muscle. Okay. You will see patterns, you will see fractals, and you will see them, you know, if you close your eyes, you will see them as vivid as you are on some kind of trip in the forest, you know, mushroom pizza, whatever, you know. We really don't need it. We already have the program installed. Now, when it comes to the crown chakra, that's the last part that we must open. And when that opens, that's when you realize something very profound. And this area, you can manage to see that the pineal gland is kind of an egg. And from the bottom of the roots of the tree, the serpent lies, waiting, and go as far and say 2 serpents, tree of life, tree of death, tree of knowledge, who knows? And so these are now raising up. So when you open your crown chakra, you're also opening up the egg. The egg is hatching. And for some, the egg already hatched. Some have access to see directly this inside the egg. What's inside the egg? Is it a trick question? Well, it's about to hatch. A little bit impatient, are we? Well, tell me, what's inside the egg? That's what you need to know. It's basically the only thing you really need to know.